Hello YouTube, this is Tammy Pie and I'm back with another video. Today we're going to do hashtag Top Tarot Trumps by Musings by Masha, and we are up to the Temperance card. And I'm going to start with a card that kind of solidified the meaning of temperance for me in a lot of ways, and that is this card here. We'll just get right into it because I got a bunch of cards here as usual, and it's really early in the morning. So I got lights on. The lighting is weird because it's actually dark outside, but I think you can see pretty well what this is. This is a dark cloaked figure walking on a thin green line between fire and ice. And she's using both of these powers, not breaking or destroying either one. And she's actually creating the path on which she's walking. And this is one I want to read about because it's really good. It's really interesting, and it did change my perception of the meaning of this card. How about if I put it right? Try and get it so it's not shining. Okay. So I walk in beauty. I walk with power. I build my walk with every step I take. A night-cloaked figure walks a slim green path shining. She builds the power to create that living path within herself through drawing in the fire, and combining opposing powers. She does not burn in the fire, nor does the ice cut her. Neither does she put out the fire nor melt the ice. Her intent is not to diminish nor submit to these powers, but to use both of them consciously and creatively. Temperance is a dynamic process, a moving magic, and it makes life full of meaning. Okay? So, should I read the rest of it? No, that is the gist of it. Okay? So it's a very thin line that is being built slowly and exactly. Okay, so she's creating, not breaking, and she's using the power of both forces, the fire and the ice. Similarly, this is from Robert M. Place's Tarot of the Sevenfold Mystery. And this figure, this kind of angelic figure, we're used to the angel, right, in the RWS, is pouring water on the fire. Now, the fire is actually, the water isn't putting the fire out, and the fire isn't burning her. Let me read this one too. Okay. Temperance, this cardinal virtue balances the soul of appetite. Okay, so appetite is the fire. She is both a tree representing the body and a fire representing passion. She quenches the fire with water so that it does not devour the tree, but she cannot succeed in extinguishing the fire because this is also a part of her. She is the virtue associated with Venus and represents balance, health, and beauty. It's a beautiful card. Okay, enough reading. So I have here a bunch of different temperance cards, and I couldn't pick which ones I liked better. Sometimes when reading temperance, and I know I'm not the only reader that does this, we think of bartenders, of mixing drinks. So this, and I'm sorry, Sistine Tarot. She only sold it for like 3 weeks, but there it is. And there we have the bottle of wine being poured into one glass. And the other one looks like a grail. Okay? And here, and this is the Tarot of the Holy Spectrum. This is interesting. We have a solid hand reaching from below and like a spirit hand reaching from above. The two forces kind of working together, right? Here in the Playful Heart, we have somebody mixing a rainbow concoction inside the cup of a flower. I really like that. So that Masha addressed the whole rainbow situation. Rainbows exist where there is fire in the shape of the sun and water in the shape of rain, right? Really love this one. This is from the Pacific Northwest Tarot. And this is a black water turtle. I actually, when I went for my walk yesterday, I went looking for the turtles in my local arboretum. There's a like a pond where they, during the warm months, they have a fountain going. And sometimes you can see the turtles in there sticking their little noses up. Sometimes they're bathing in the sun, but I guess it was kind of too hot for them. But this Temperance card speaks about sometimes he stays in the shell because he knows he's safe there from birds or whoever wants to come peck at him. But he has to come out to eat. He has to come out to eat his flies. So he knows that sometimes it's good to be in the shell and sometimes it's good to be out of the shell. Here's this classic Wild Unknown. And this is the older version before she kind of recolored it. And I kind of like this one the best because it really shows, once again, the water and the fire, right? Neither one is putting the other one out, although they could. And this slim balance. This is actually a really clever card. This is from my friend Nancy's Green Bee Tarot. And it's interesting because before I do these, I kind of look in some of my guidebooks and read. And James Wanless in the Voyager Tarot talks about a lightning strike. Okay, so this is the sun coming up behind the ocean, right? But this is a strike of lightning, just a little strike. And that happens when there's like this. Do you ever feel just before a storm, the air feels thick? It feels, you can feel the barometric pressure. And it's interesting to use that as the Temperance card. I thought that was really clever. Here we have Yonasa Yaos. And she has the different colors of wine in the 2 cups. Once again, a little bartender card. Okay, we're coming around. Here's the Crow's Magic. Chemistry and fusion. Great keywords. I like that. All right, so here we go. This is the Thoth Tarot. And If you remember when I talked about the Lover's card, I referenced this because this is the alchemical couple from the wedding have now fused together to make one creature. This is a rainbow, okay? This is the cauldron where he's mixing fire and water. The lion and the owl and the eagle. The lion is a sign of fire, Leo, but he has now changed into the white of the eagle, the coolness. And the eagle, who is the ascended Scorpio, which is a water sign, has now turned into this golden red, which is the color of fire, right? So what we're talking about is this very strategic use of two things to work it out. But I thought this is really interesting. The other day, I posted a reading with one of my kind of funnier tarot decks. It's called, mine is called Tarot Labusque, but I think the author changed the name of it. And it has a couple Donald Trump cards in it, and the card came up. Funnily enough. And I got a response from one of my followers on Instagram who was very much on the other side of the political party. And I was kind of proud of myself because I didn't react. I responded. And my response was, don't worry. I understand if you see this differently. Because she did see it differently. She saw it completely differently. And I thought, how interesting if we all could put ourselves in the other guy's situation, in the other guy's head for just a minute and try to understand why they think what they think. If she could look at me and say, I understand why you think what you think. I still think what I think, but I understand you. Wow, what a difference we could make in this world, huh? Okay. And lastly, even though this has already been shown, I still had to show it. This is the art card from the fabulous Urban Tarot by Robin Scott. And this is one of the cards that I do think of when I'm thinking of temperance, because it's so beautiful. You see the red and the white. You see the image that comes off the RWS of the angel with the two cups. And yeah, it's just a gorgeous card. And that's it for today. And thank you for coming.